Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to go over all of the loot that I managed to acquire in roughly 12 hours of killing Abyssal Lords. I know the title says 10, but that just looks better. A bit over a week ago, Jagex introduced a new trio of Slayer creatures, being the Abyssal Savages, Abyssal Hounds, and the Abyssal Lords. Each required 95, 105, and 115 Slayer respectively. Today, I'm going to be focusing on Abyssal Lords, since I luckily already have 115 Slayer. There are two key items that these new monsters have brought into the game, being the Jaws of the Abyss and the Abyssal Scourge. However, judging by their current price, they're either way too common or they're not as good as I had hoped. Let's go ahead and start with where these are even located. I personally start by teleporting with my archaeology book, going over to the table and selecting Siniston. Run northeast up to the building with an asylum elevator and click Operate on the elevator. You'll find yourself inside a dungeon, and all three of the new creatures can be found in this dungeon. I'll also quickly touch on everything I used just in case anyone else would like to try this out. For equipment, I decided to take Crit Bloom, a Noxious Staff, Cinderbanes, Asylum Surgeon's Ring, and a Scripture of Wen. In my inventory, you will find an attuned Ectoplasmator that I use to keep track of kill count, Penance Powder to keep my prayer up, Magic Notepaper for all the Orichalcum salvage, and a Spring Cleaner for all the other miscellaneous salvage. I've also got Animate Dead as well as Blood Blitz in my rune pouches. You can also bring an Enhanced Excalibur for emergency situations, cause if you aren't paying 100% attention, if your Animate Dead goes down, these can really start hurting you. Alright, but with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump straight into the loot. All of our tradable loot comes out to a grand total of 44.8 mil, but let's go ahead and see what everything will actually sell for. After selling everything, we ended up with 42.9 mil. That's a little bit better than what I expected, to be fair. However, this is still, at best, only about 3.5 mil an hour if you're not expecting any uniques. But there is one other thing that these seem to drop pretty often. I did get a grand total of 14 Triskelion keys, so this could actually be 14 elite clues. So if there's any of you out there who enjoy doing elite clues, doesn't seem like too terrible of a way to obtain them. And that's all that I've got as far as loot, but I also kept track of the charms as well as experience. Eventually, I did find it to be too much of a burden to collect the gold and the green charms, as they took up pretty valuable inventory space. So eventually, I only decided to keep track of the crimsons and blues. In 858 kills, we only managed to gather 275 crimson and a whopping 6 blue charms. I can't say I would recommend killing these guys for charms at least, but one thing that did surprise me, I was typically able to hit almost a mil combat XP per hour. In grand total, I gained nearly 8.4 mil combat XP and nearly 2.8 mil constitution XP. For how AFK the monster is, in my opinion, that's really good, and I could see myself coming back here for 200 mil defense. But anyway guys, that's all that I've got for you this time. You can find my Discord at the top of the description, and if you're interested, I've got a Grand Exchange locked account that I've started fairly recently. Be sure to let me know if you want me to do more loot videos over the other Abyssal creatures, or just more loot videos in general. I would also like to send a special thank you to my Patreon supporter, and I guess this is my official announcement of the Patreon. If you would like to help support me and get me closer to doing this full time, I'll throw the link down in the description. I don't have a lot to offer in terms of perks, but I can give you early access to videos before they go public, a special Discord role, and I'm sure I can come up with some better perks in the future. But I guess until next time, don't forget to take her easy, and have a good one.